Hey guys, John Brown here with Exploring Park City Living, and today we're going to fact check the Wall Street Journal. The Wall Street Journal came out with this piece called Home Prices Exploded in Park City. These towns are taking advantage. Just headline grabbing piece. But it is a pretty good article. There is a paywall on it, so if you don't want to pay for that, another reason to check this video out. But I'm gonna go higher level overview of it, fact check. There's definitely some stuff to fact check, and just really go through it because it is a good piece. Um, I'm gonna give it the old headline here. So they're highlighting a family here. They couldn't find a condo for under 2 million. And I mean, come on. There's currently 43 condos in Park City limits and 137 in the Park City greater area under 2 million. So that's just mind blowing right there. They did say that they opted for a 5-bedroom house in Midway, which is, 30 minutes outside of Park City. And that house was 5 bedrooms. So, yeah, maybe if you're gonna say they left out the whole they couldn't find a $2 million 5-bedroom condo, which is huge. So under 2 million, there is currently one in the Park City limits. But if you go to greater Park City area, which is I still consider Park City, and you take single family homes into account, there's still 50 under 2 million. So 50 $2 million homes with 5 bedrooms, all within Park City School District. So, um, that's just stuff we're going to get into, watching out for that cherry picking data to get controversial, journalists views. So we're going to pick it apart, but for the most part, this is a pretty good, article. Um, and like, as you can see here, 3,200 square foot house is what they kind of went through. They talk about the surrounding areas and how areas are blown up with luxury homes because of the interest in Park City, including Camas and Heber Valley and Midway. And they're not wrong about that at all. And right here, I quote, the interest is creating new $1 million towns. So, yeah, I mean, they're not wrong. But then they also go into saying that the average home sale price grew 35% in 2023 from 2022. They said down here, that the median sale price was 4 million. So they're off. This is 3.7, 3.7. They're saying 4 million. That's not correct. I don't know what they're picking. It is a non-disclosure state, so I will give it to them. Like, sale prices are not disclosed publicly. Only, people with MLS data can see the sales. That's how I get this chart up here. It's straight off the MLS. But Wall Street Journal, you could talk with a realtor and get real numbers here. But they also said the sale price grew 35% in 2023 from 2022. And, based on the median sale price here, from 2022 to 2023, it actually went down 10% because 2022 was the peak, right? And then people kind of got scared. It went down 10%. And then, it increased 6.8% in the past year. So it kind of had that, little dip, and now we're kind of leveling off. And also 10%, that wasn't really the overall market. That's mostly because the higher end stuff just wasn't moving. People were holding on to that, and more of what was selling was that lower end. So that made up more of the market that was actually selling, bringing the median down. So there is kind of like nuances about this. So now, giving them another benefit of the doubt from 2022, where you see the peak, to the year before, that's the biggest increase, and that was 25%. So still, 10% lower than the 35% that they were claiming. And they're also a year off. So, tomato, tomato, but 10%, they are over exaggerating it 10%. So things to note. All right, Wall Street Journal, I'm watching you. Just cherry picking data, to kind of like make it seem super unaffordable. Like, not saying that Park City is super unaffordable at 3.7 instead of 4 million, but still here to fact check. I also made a video going back 10 and 20 years and dove into each neighborhood in Park City. So if you want a more in-depth explanation of Park City appreciation, I go through every single, market in Park City, and what was the average appreciation going back 10 years, 20 years. Amazing video. Go check that out. So that should have been, October 2024 is when I did that. If you're watching this at a later time, if not, then it was like 2 videos back. They did note that a home in Deercrest, here, boom, hit the market at a record-breaking $65 million. It has a gondola in the house, ski and ski out Deer Valley, like right on Deer Valley where there's existing trails, but also it's going to be sandwiched in between all the new expansion of Deer Valley. So, prime location. And just an insane house. So that made record high list price for Utah in general, and it's already under contract. So stay tuned to the channel. I'll come out with how much it actually sold for, and a little update there. But we're gonna go back. Park City as a town has a population of 8,500, but it gets over 8.4 million visitors a year. So I mean, that's huge. It makes the town feel a lot bigger than it actually is. I grew up in a very similar town on the East Coast in New Hampshire, North Conway. Very, very, very small town, but we had so many people coming as a ski destination, that it didn't feel that small, right? But it definitely is. And then they go on to say, the attractions go beyond skiing, hiking, shopping, mountain biking, except there's so much more to Park City than what they mentioned. But also, skiers' visits to Park City Mountain and Deer Valley Resort, as well as Woodward Park City, jumped to a record 2.79 million last season, up from 1.7 million a decade ago. But to also note, a decade ago, we didn't have Woodward, so that's a whole nother resort. But yeah, still, a lot more people coming to visit, a lot more demand for Park City. I mean, that's not wrong at all. So they go into single family homes in Heber, sold for a median of $982,863 for 2024. So we're gonna get into fact checking this again. Heber Valley, you can see in the top left what the only things I have are Heber Valley and then Heber, because Heber Valley also has Midway and all that stuff. So Heber is 775,000 for the median sale price. So again, like that's pretty far off, So and then it says 16% compared to the same period a year earlier. So when we look at this, you can see a year earlier, we're actually only up 5.4% from the same period a year earlier. And then the year before that, it was actually decreased. But like I was saying, that's the peak, and then now we're kind of like, falling out. I mean, you can see we're leveling out here. They said up 60% compared to the same period a year earlier, except we noted, it was only 5.4 and more than double what it was in 2019. And, when you go back to this chart, it was 429,000 in 2019. So that to 775,000 today is only an 80% gain. Only. I mean, it's still an 80% gain. So not double, but they said over double, but it's not. So another fact check, they're getting all these numbers wrong. So like this is hilarious. I mean, the overall, you know, vibe to this is correct, but they're just exaggerating. Like they're cherry picking data to exaggerate their point. So grounding you in truth here. So it's been up 80% since 2019, which is still huge. I mean, that's it's kind of everywhere was up. Um, and then Camas, they say Camas Valley has a similar growth, which it does has similar growth. And they say a million one five. Uh, I mean, they're basically correct. It was $1 million. So I'm not going to bring up a chart and school them on that. So um, yeah, so that's more in line. Um, so, but they also talk about like attracting second home buyers in these like outskirts towns. It's a new type of buyer in these towns, and usually it was like somebody lived there full time. Now you're getting second homeowners, and it's just a little bit shift in the home buyer that is coming in to buy. So you're going to see more of that second home purchase there. So the power is shifting to the new extension of Deer Valley Ski Resort called Deer Valley East Village. I have a whole video on the Deer Valley East Village expansion. So, check that out on the channel. But formerly known as the Mayflower, um, a 2-decade project a few miles outside of Park City in Wasatch County involving 17 new lifts, 130 ski runs, 9 hotels, 1,800 residential units at the base village with restaurants and shops. The first hotel is the Grand Hyatt. Is due to open Thanksgiving this year, 2024, and the first chair lift for the area is expected to open December, along with rental shop, ticketing, and parking lot shuttle. So, um, this is an expansion of Deer Valley. They're just calling it Deer Valley East. They, I think they got all the approvals as its own resort, but then once they started building, they just integrated it with Deer Valley. So you'll be able to go from Deer Valley East and ski all the way down into um, you know lower Deer Valley, upper Deer Valley, in Park City. More of that Park City proper area. So um, but then they also say, the proximity to Deer Valley East Village to Heber City is huge. And they're saying, Heber City is now a ski town, which it had not been. But with the proximity of, Deer Valley East, it kind of makes, Heber a ski town and Midway. So it is nice. It kind of takes some of the congestion out of downtown Park City. And like, if you want to ski Deer Valley, you can go to Deer Valley East Village, and like, you can live in Heber and still be a ski bum or whatever. You can come and visit and live and stay in Heber. Thought I had a sneeze. Oh man, I hate that. Oh, I still feel. All right, that didn't happen. Okay, We're on to the next. And so then they get into like highlighting somebody that was looking for, $3 million place in Park City and the size of a home you get. And then they're talking about how he spent $50 on a breakfast, an acai bowl, a smoothie, and a scone was $50. Okay. Yeah. that's ridiculous. I've never paid $50 for breakfast in my life here. Look, Five Seeds, amazing place. You're not skipping on quality. This is a really nice place in Park City. Acai bowl 15, smoothie 9, and I can't find the scone, but toast is $3. So like you're still under $30. Without the scone, $24. Like what? Like, yeah, right, $50. Okay. That's also another exaggeration. People are choosing the outskirts of Park City for affordability and some for a more, quiet escape from the Park City visitors. And that's valid. I love the surrounding areas of Park City for that exact reason. I grew up in a small town. I like getting away. People, it's mostly the second homeowners that are like trying to get away from the busy life in the city or wherever they live. Because usually cities bring in that, high income earner that can afford a second home here. So, getting some of that peace and quiet, you have to go outside of Park City a little bit for a more affordable and like quiet feel. There's also, pockets in Park City proper that have a quiet feel to it. You are going to pay the premium. And if, that's something you're interested in, I'd love to, show you where those little pockets are and, what makes sense for you and like what you want. But um, they also, mention Red Ledges here. Red Ledges is a Park City level like amenity um, community, like gated community. It Here, I'll show you. Here it has. This is it. Amazing. It's got an amazing golf course. Really cool red rock mixed with mountain views, so you kind of get that like southern Utah feel to it. It's called Red Ledges, right? So two golf courses. They also have like a 12 hole par 3 course that's super fun. And this course is so maintained, it's amazing. I love it. I golf all the time and I love this course. And also, most of the houses has views of Timpanogos, that mountain in the background. It looks like the Maroon Bells or like something like that. Amazing views in this community. And then like this is a house highlighted here. This is 2704 East Boulder Loop. This is kind of the house with the view, the golf course in front of it, and Timpanogos view. Amazing house, brand new, just finished. If you want information about it, text me. It is available. So you can get more for your money out here and you still have the same amenities. Gated community golf course, you got views of Timpanogos and 15 minutes to Deer Valley East. So that's kind of like what they keep coming back to is like the outskirts of Park City, with the expansion of Deer Valley East, open up Heber Valley as like a ski town. Like a ski second home could be Red Ledges, where before it's like that was 35-40 minutes to get to Park City skiing. Now it's only going to be like 15. So huge difference there with the opening of that Deer Valley East. A brand new Wasatch development called Marcella Club will have ski community on the mountain at Deer Valley East Village, along with a golf community called Marcella at the Jordanelle Ridge. This is the Tiger Woods golf course. So like this is going to be amazing. Also views of Timpanogos too. It's right in between Camas and Heber. The 144 ski homes range from 2.7 million to around 8 million. The golf community will start selling in the spring of 2025 and will include 500 lots. I'll be coming out with a video about all these communities too. So stay tuned to the channel, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can see updates coming for all these. If you want more information, deep dive. So this is also renderings of Deer Valley East Village, where like that's the new base village here. And then they talk about Vilvert, which is also another community on 60 acres right at the base of the mountain that will have ski and ski out homes, including 115 properties priced between 2.7 and 12 million. And then another up and coming resort, East Village, is Sky Ridge with 670 acres and will have 468 home sites, as well as golf course and equestrian center. Home site prices range from 685,000 to 948,000. That's just for the lot. And single family homes range from 3.5 to 6.3 million currently. So do have a video going over all that Deer Valley East Village. So go check that out. And then they kind of talk about, the Talisker Club here, which is a private ski lodge. In Upper Deer Valley, a French bistro on Main Street, Park City, and it's also a golf community in Toohey, located in Wasatch County. And then this also is an amazing brand new house on uh, 2179 Adventure Way, finishing up construction currently, ready for sale. Amazing house. This is kind of like what you can expect for like houses in Toohey. And you can see Timpanogos on the top left, and then you can also see Deer Valley views there. And then what's not pictured on the other side of the house is you can see down to the canyon, and you get a little glimpse of the Jordanelle Reservoir. So you kind of get some water views at some of these houses in Toohey as well. And they do have that Talisker Club, which is that on mountain, lodge and a bistro on Main Street. So you get a lot of connections to downtown Park City, and then you also have that like laid back, like I'm in the mountains vibe here. Like, look how amazing that golf course is. I played here this past weekend, and it was amazing. Like, I love this golf course. It's pretty hard, challenging, but like so pure and like really unique holes with views for days. So like here's another great view for par 3 down the hill, with the Deer Valley ski runs in the background. It was changing colors kind of like this the other day too, so it was pretty amazing. I love it out there. And then moving on to kind of more of what they were saying, they mentioned they mentioned so this is photos of Park City. The county clerk working on measures to locate workforce housing projects adjacent to the transit system routes, with the goal of taking more cars off the local roads by the local people that work there. So, and then also by providing alternate commute options, the shuttle bus from remote feeder parking lots. So like you park outside of town and then like get a free shuttle bus in. These are running all the time, so they are actually pretty good. They're free too, which is amazing. And then they ended on a quote from Bill Sirocco. I don't know the last name, probably butchered it, but good planning to me, if I figure out the transportation, will make a significant improvement and difference. It's not less of a people problem than a car problem. So, all that it's a good piece highlighting basically demand for the Park City area is spewing out into the surrounding neighborhoods as affordability becomes a problem. But like my Park City appreciation video, to get to the level of like Aspen's $14 million median home price, we still have over 4 times our current valuation. So we still have a huge runway for price appreciation. I do believe, and then going back on historical data and comparing it to with towns like Aspen, There should be runway for a long time, but will that growth take over more of the surrounding areas as well? Well, I do believe so, and this is a good highlight on that. So, on the fact that, everything around Park City is growing. So, it's definitely amazing. Very in-depth overview of Park City, and good article overall. Some exaggeration, but we nailed that down. So, thank you guys, and I hope if you had a paywall and you wanted to see this, this covers it for you. And thank you. Stay tuned to the channel for more videos in the future. Thanks. See you guys. And if you're looking to buy and sell in Park City, hit me up. Love to help you out.